All right, folks, welcome back to PrepperNow. I'd like to talk today about an interesting story that's starting to break as we look into the funding of all the different things that were going on from American taxpayer dollars that were not just going across the world to different places and to different things of a murky kind of sense, some being laboratories in countries that are large and Asian, and others, who knows, other places where they create nice and fun, wonderful things in a science-y kind of setting in, say, Eastern Europe. But I digress. It's coming out now that there have been millions of dollars that have been going to different media companies all over the world that tend to have a certain kind of political bent. It's interesting. See, I thought in America that we were supposed to have a free and, independent press. I didn't think that it was allowed for our government to take different kind of monies and put them into different things and, slush fund kind of ways and move them around so they could foment consent that actually is not there. No, I've contended for a very long time that what you see and what is put out there from people is not actually real, but more of a dressed up fabrication to create consent that isn't really there. Now, what do I mean by that? If you have an echo chamber and you're sitting there pumping it full of your progressive leftist ideals that most people aren't really in line with, but you've got the voice of all of the different modes of communication, you can basically put out into the world whatever the heck it is. You can make people believe that doing all kinds of crazy crap is something that is consented by most people, when actually it's not. Well, that's what's been going on. It's now starting to come out that there are numerous different news agencies, BBC and Politico are two that have been implicated, that are basically receiving funding from the American government and from the American taxpayer to go out and to take this money and basically make it so they can stay afloat and buy paid subscriptions and buy anything they want that keeps this ideology out there, even though the vast majority of people are not anywhere near any kind of an intellectual alignment with it. Now, I don't know about you, but that kind of bothers me, especially when I'm sitting here trying to teach the next generation about all the wonderful rights that they supposedly have. And one of the things is being an independent and free press. If the independent and free press is basically a pitchman for some of the worst ideas that any government can come up with, I have a major problem with that. And then to tack on top of that, having me take my hard-earned money that I go and I'm getting ready to go in and do my taxes and I'll probably be owing money, to take that money and to put it out there for these kind of activities is absolutely insulting and hypocritical. I've always said that there's not nearly the belief that people that believe in these kind of, leftist ideals out there that would have you think. They want you to think that everybody's thinking this way, when actually most people don't think this way. Most people think probably like you and I do, that a nice, small, controlled government that does all the basic stuff and takes care of all the basic things for us and keeps us safe and keeps crime off the streets and basically stays out of our lives. That's the kind of government that we want. We don't want the kind of government that is fomenting manufactured consent through taking our taxpayer dollars and putting it into BS like this kind of crap. I'm pretty aggravated by this, I'm going to be honest with you, especially when every day I come here and I try to fight the good fight on censorship and everything else, and I got to sit there and battle with these buttheads that are probably bots in the background. How are they funded? I think we all know how they're funded. Friends, if you like what we're doing here, share this out. Send it to people and tell them that we're taking all this back. We're getting things back in line and in order. It has nothing to do with who's the president or anything else. It's people like you and I coming together, sharing our ideals, and just fighting until we can't fight anymore of a peaceful and intellectual way, because we're not going to let them win because, well, I got kids and there's just too much at stake for that to happen. Hit the like button, do the subscribe thing, share, darken out the bell, get the notification if you can, and keep coming back for more. Other ways to support the channel are the links in the description, like becoming a member or joining us on Subscribestar and Locals. God bless.